Hello again. Welcome to my channel. I am Empress Olu, and I am here to enchant you and share with you my downloads, my ideas, my experiences. And today, our lovely, oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, anyways, our lovely subject of topic is the mishaps in journaling. Yeah. So this is story time. I really am not sure what I'm going to title um, this video just yet, but it has some loaded lessons. Yeah. So I am going to start with just the basic uses of journals. I think over millenniums and scrolling and writing and everything like that has been invented, um, human beings have in, started and always kept some type of record, you know, let it be journaling or writing a record of something along the wall, or, just people writing their stories in a compilation we call the Bible, just different things, right? Um, and so I think we have a whole subject in school called journalism. Like, so, journals, they're used for reflections, for thoughts, for business, for note taking. Another term can be a diary. Usually, a diary is used more frequently. But in either form, this is usually something that an individual is holding to express ideas and thoughts or whatever they what have you. And I think there are some common, just common, well-known ideas and thoughts and rules around journals that I think most humans know when they become of an age of understanding. Like, if that's considered someone's journal or diary, you're not technically supposed to read it because there's most likely something very intimate in there. It is a boundary thing, it's a personal thing, almost like how we hold our phones now. Those are very personal things. It's not necessarily something you just expect anyone to be handling, right? Because it's your personal property. So I think that's some well-known laws around, journals, diaries, things like that. And yeah, so I guess I will speak on my story time before I get into my lesson. But I just really felt led to share this because it's an interesting story, and I want to entertain you guys on a true story. Oh, so let's start with the backstory. Um, once upon a time. Anyways, no. When I was 13, my father sent me my first journal. And this is an amazing gift I got from him. I don't know if he just knew it was something I needed or he was just wanting to send a gift. I'll find out one day. I'll ask him. But he sent me my first journal, and I obviously 13. This is puberty. This is huge changes in my world. And it was a saving grace. It was a saving grace. Like, I started writing out ideas, and then this is middle school, so like there's like the teachers giving us assignments on like writing and different things, poems and all this stuff, and it just activated something within me. So I got my first journal and I started writing. I just started writing. I presumed it to be a safe tool to use to express my ideas where I felt like there was no one to express my ideas to. So I started jotting them down there, and I kept one. I kept one for many years. I think maybe there would be periods of time I wouldn't write. Maybe at the max, maybe 3 month period would go by where I'm not writing in my journal, or like I think maybe I had a 6 month period one time in life. I can't remember most likely. That had to be extreme, but like I do know there was one time I went a while without writing. I wasn't in the space to express. Um, but for most of my life, from my teenagehood into my adulthood, I kept a journal. Now, you guys, the amazing thing, the juicy part of the story that I want to get to is about what's this? Almost 4 years ago now. 4 years ago. Oh well, no, it was 3 years ago. But I met the guy, or I ran into the guy again 4 years ago. I was just naive and fooled into a relationship that became very, very toxic. And as time went on, I met him, got with him in 2018, and as time went on, went into 2019, especially in 2019, things became highly, highly toxic between me and this man. Highly, highly toxic. And again, knowing I've had a journal, I think every that's ever met me or dated me on a personal level, like made it into my home or be able to see me at very intimate times, um, knew or discovered I had a journal. And I never dealt with any violations before. Um, and one day, unbeknownst to me, apparently, throughout the relationship, he had been sneaking, and I would hide it here and there, just as a little game to myself. Um, but this man had been going behind my back, I guess, to read my journal. I couldn't understand what that was about because I thought we were in a relationship that we could share anything with each other. Or if he was even fucking curious, that he would just ask. Yo, just ask. Is that so hard to comprehend? So now this guy was I think anyone in the community near him, around him, who's ever dealt with him would know that he is a definite clinically diagnosed um, drug addict, narc, whatever you want to call it, but something's highly not stable. And obviously, I didn't really see that at first, but he got toxic to the point where one day he took my journal. We were having a lot of emotional things going on. I'm really trying to work on myself and process what's happening. And this man took a tool that I use to process my emotions, to record precious and sweet memories, lessons that I've learned in my life, ideas, tools, and charts and things that I have noted down over time, ideas and things that I wanted to pass on to my children or grandchildren one day, out of evil. I can't really call it anything else. Evil. This man took my journal and threw it in the fireplace. And he did it when I wasn't around. So but he had the perfect timing. So by the time I came in, I could see the last of my journal smoldering. Y'all, it really brings tears now because there were things that were maybe of a year or 2 years before him in there that were now gone. Just gone. And I remember letting out this awful, awful, eerie scream and screech like something had died. Like it was a really crazy vibration, y'all. Like when Goddess is in a highly when I'm in a highly activated mode, there is a vibration that comes from me that only the people there who are witnessing it can truly describe what's happening to them when they're in my vicinity. And I let that shit out. The whole house, everybody was like, what the fuck? Came in there, and this wicked, wicked, wicked man came in with a smirk on his face, like, and it was both. It was like a oh fuck, I think I went too far, but also the devil in him was just like, I cut her. I finally did something painful enough. And that was really, really painful. That was definitely a breaking point. It was a breaking point that I would think anyone would take this, like, as in, I should never be with you ever again. You are evil. I should not be with you ever again. Like, what the fuck? I hope no one is ever dumb enough to date you or marry you or procreate with you ever again. Like, you're wicked. Because I just, the violation, the violation is enough. You was reading the shit. Okay, whatever. I've seen movies, I've seen where people just get tempted to curiosity, whatever. What, no self control, no thought process of boundaries, parents, relationships, anything, boundaries. But it was enough that boundary was crossed, but to destroy my work of art, something precious to me. I have literally kept all my journals since I was 13. I've kept all my fucking journals until I moved in with this fucking psychotic nigga. Oh my gosh. Oh, if they were to narrate it, they would have said, as Olu discovered her diary, her journal in the fireplace, she had witnessed and had come to the awareness of her grave mistake of being with this man, which was not a man. Obviously, he's a dude. No man. I don't think no man would ever do such a thing. Not a real man. A real man would never do something like that. And I'm sure the real men watching this could agree. Like, dude, they would clown him. I'm sure. Like, are you serious, guy? Are you serious? Are you serious, guy? Like, I don't know. I don't know. He's not serious. He's not serious. People like that are not serious. They don't have something they miss there. Eh? Why? And yeah, so that was the first, right? And it was the first time it ever happened to me. I'm like, whoa. And this was 2019 when it happened. I think it was summertime. It was still warm outside. So yeah, it was via summer when he did this crazy shit. And I actually had the nerves to try to forgive him. I do forgive him because he doesn't have that power over me. But I think it's just it's still an astonishing story to me, you know, like how do you do that? How do you think in any world that's okay? Like, what if I would have took the pictures of his kids and burnt them? See, I'm not a vengeful person. I don't do it. I don't use my powers to do it. I don't use, no. What you give out will be reciprocated. So I'm sure he's going to lose something of equal or more value. But that's not my business. I didn't take that action against someone else. Then, motherfucker. Dun dun dun. Yeah, it happened to me again. It happened to me again in 2020, literally the next fucking year. This time it's just so fucking random. Like, I know it's not ladylike to curse, but the ridiculousness and the disappointment I experience with humans is disgusting to me. It's just absolutely disgusting. The disregard for people's boundaries, for people's works of art, for anything that is personal, intimate to someone else. I cannot really put it under any other category except for evil, against life, opposite, to want to kill someone, murderous, sinister, wicked. Like, whoa. So, fast forward 2020. Yeah, your woman, I live life, man. I live life. So, I'm expecting my second child, and I'm experiencing a lot of issues. Anyone who's been pregnant, the hormones, the emotions, the cognitive fog, just a lot going on, right? And I have it. I, as traumatized as I was of what happened the year before, I took it upon myself to say, I am going through an amazing experience right now. I'm about to have a baby. I'm experiencing an amazing love. So, that's another story. But I'm experiencing an amazing love. And I'm recording it. I said, I can't let these moments pass. I can't let these moments just pass. I want to record it. And I took upon faith and I said, I will do this again. But this time, I wasn't such a foolish girl. I wasn't such a foolish little witch. I fucking binded that book. Oh man, whoever touched it or violated, you may have invoked something upon your head. When they would talk about the ancient Cometics and how they would have spells or, you know, booby traps upon their treasures and things, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. If you walk into someone's sacred space and there's certain things you're told not to touch, you should listen. Oh, it's here. Take your ear and listen. Use it to listen well. Hmm? So, back to what I was saying, I binded that book. So, needless to say, anyone who violated the proclamation in there, whatever is happening is, what they say, should have read the fine print. So, I find myself in a situation where I am staying in a lady's house who, unbeknownst to me, I was not aware is quite psychotic. Apparently, she claimed she had brain cancer. Mandolin berry. Oh, so it might have been part of why she was psychotic, but this female came up with stories out of nowhere. Um, and I was babysitting her children, and um, I was staying in her place at that moment because I had been displaced from where I originally was, and I was moving in faith, and I was following a lead. And I'm staying at this woman's house who presented herself to be a Samaritan, to presented herself to be um, a grace, someone to just help, be in the community to help another, right? And within a month is like I could feel that raft of jealousy or envy, whatever it is, and thus the bubbling up of drama. And it boils to a point where communication between her and I, third party, are going forward and intensifying to the point where it was like, okay, me and third party are going to be getting the F out of here. We're going to move forward. This woman prevented me from getting my things. Y'all, I'm 3 weeks from having my baby, and I'm having a home birth. And this bitch, this merciless, and yet again, another fucking wicked person. I obviously was going through a dark night of the soul because I don't understand at first why I would have encountered somebody like this. But I hope my story helps someone else. That you're not alone. Apparently, this shit is happening out here. But this woman prevented me from getting my baby's stuff because I could have given birth at any day now. I'm in my last month, and I can't get none of my stuff. Had to get a court order, a constable to come back and get my shit. Female couldn't just let me peacefully take my things and exit. It couldn't have been ABC simple. And there was nothing that could be told to me that I necessarily did. Made up stories, but nothing of facts and evidence that I did for this woman to behave this crazy. I mean, just absolutely off the wire to me. I just don't understand humans like this. In my culture, we call it akata, and akata is not a good thing. Sorry to say, it's not. It's not a good name. It's I'm not gonna go there. Anyways, go find out what it means. yeah. Go find out what it means, and see if you resonate. If you resonate, then oh well. If you don't, then you won't allow yourself to be called that anymore. Um. Anyways, so this woman, after getting a court order, I didn't realize that this less than whatever you want to call it. I just don't know. I want to insult her so much. It was just crazy. She took my journal, snapped pictures of it, and sent the pictures of the certain pages that she wanted to invoke whatever further manipulation, drama, whatever, between me and third party. she decided she was definitely going to send that. And she didn't give it back. Like, okay, I could see if you was trying to be messy, but goddamn, at least give me my shit. She never did. I never got my journal back. So all of the notes and stories I took from discovering my pregnancy to everything that had been happening to me that year, poof, gone. So twice in 2 years, I got my journal stolen or both stolen at the same time, destroyed, never returned. Again, charts of like my children's freaking astrology charts, ideas, thoughts, just anything that was pertaining to me that when I wake up in the middle of the night, this is what I need to scroll down. Poems, anything, gone at the hands of other people. People who did not know me and they thought they knew me. Or for some reason, my energy was so intimidating to them, or whatever it is, they allowed themselves to be possessed, to be used as vessels to do evil. Simple as it is, just do evil. This shit really fucked me up, y'all, in a way. It really did. It really disturbed me. And then it still doesn't stop there. It still doesn't stop there. I eventually, the things that were sent were eventually used against me in a derogatory way, or used to try to prove a case of me being dishonest or whatever, what have you, whatever they were trying to use the evidence for. But it amazed me that the person doing the accusation did not at any point think this is a violation of someone I said I cared about, and didn't see how that may have it just was really see how triggering it was, how traumatizing it was, how manipulative, how abusive it was to take something that was near and dear to me and then use it as a case, as a tool to make a case of trying to ease their conscience on whatever. And it just was blowing my perception of how this thing could keep coming back, keep coming back. And if you go to a therapist, they'll say keep a journal. Ah, I have to laugh because it's like I can't cry anymore about it. I can't cry anymore about it. I have overcome, but I just had to share my story, y'all, because it's really amazing to me. It's just it's this really happened. This really happened, y'all, by people that said that they loved me. Well, one didn't fucking know me. The bitch, she female, she didn't know who I was. She didn't know me. She didn't know me. And so whatever karma she's getting, I'm sure she's like, yo, what booby trap did I step in? Oh well, that has nothing to do with me. Not anymore, at least. Yeah, God take over when you mess with their anointed. Yeah, yeah, the heavens take over when you mess with their anointed. Like your ego is so out of check that you think people just here to mess with you. People are blessing you, and you decide to. They say bite the hand that feeds you, but it's not even that. You're asking for a blessing, and you decide to behead the person that's blessing you. No blessing. Cursing for like people wild out here. They're wild. Wild Wild West. We in Texas though, that's true. Yeah, bye, yeah. Anyways, so this has happened, y'all. This was my story. This was my story. Violation of the journal. And then this year, in 2021, I battled. I was like, I can't write anymore. And it hurt. It hurt. I couldn't write anymore because I was afraid of who next is going to violate me. Who next is going to think they're on the verge of the next big scandal and expose of the Empress Olu. Like, baby, you gotta expose me. You think you can? I know no shame. Nibo, go and shame yourself. Yeah, like I, no, no. I own my actions. I am accountable for who I am. So I cannot be shamed. And I hope you walk through your life that way. No fucking body can shame you or expose you when you own what you do. It's called accountability. It's called self acceptance. It's called discipline and true power. You keep your power. Can't nobody shame you. The fuck? That's what manipulators do. Think they can shame you to control you. Mm-mm. No. So, I have a few questions for your audience. What would you do in these scenarios? Huh? Would you forgive the lover that used evidence sent from a hater against you, like for your journal? Or even would you forgive a lover who read your shit without asking you, who didn't even just thought to ask? Like, I love you enough to say, babe, I'm curious about what's in here. Do you mind sharing with me? Yo, like, I would have been like, let's sit down, honey. Like, you want to know? Yeah. I think it's that simple. But people just like the whole sneaky link thing. They like sneaking. They like boundaries. It's just how young the civilization is. Multiple reincarnations, yeah. You don't understand those that remember. We remember. We're like, oh. So, yeah, would you forgive? Would you forgive I forgive. I forgive her. I forgive him. I forgive him too. I forgive them. I don't forget. That's why I'm sharing with you guys because it changed me. It grew me to fuck up. I was like, whoa, whoa, Nelly, being naive amongst the human beings. And then here's another question. How would you have handled the issue? Leave your comments down below. Please like, share, subscribe. Um, this is extraordinary. You know, it's cool. I have plenty of this amazing stories to share with you guys, lessons of life. But yeah, how would you have handled those issues? What would you have done when you found your toxic boyfriend burning your journal? Fuck him up too? Burn his shit? What would you do? What would you do? Um, I think I tried to destroy a painting. I can't remember. No, I was too sorrowful at the time. I was literally mourning. I was in sorrow. I couldn't do anything. It took me out. I was weak. And then to happen again while I was pregnant. I was pregnant. I still am in shock that another woman has 5 children of her own thought it was absolutely okay to lock another woman out into the winter cold without any of her belongings. And then on top of that, think it was cool to take pictures of her belongings to cause disruption, to show her hand in violating privacy, piracy, everything, you know. Um, to think that that was all okay. To think that that was okay. It's amazing. Y'all say you want a better world. It definitely starts with self. And I just think some people just know. They know. There's no way you think you're a good person. I do not think there's any way you think you're a good person doing stuff like that to people. And apparently, I wasn't her first victim. Apparently, she's been doing that to a lot of people. Lure them in, help manipulate them, take care of her children, and then she gets rid of them by doing violent things. There was another woman whose things were left in her house who probably wasn't as lucky to have gotten a constable or have the resources to have you know, law enforcement involved to where she could get her belongings. You know, people out here posing. It's wow. That's all I gotta say to it. So wow, wow. You know, enough fishy. Bọ́rọ̀ ènìyàn ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn o, èèyàn. That's how life is. I see. Anyways, couples, what do y'all think? What are your rules when it comes to journals or personal writings and phone journals and recordings, anything like that? Do you feel like your spouse is just supposed to automatically have access to those things? Or no? Or yes, but if asked permission? Personally, I stand in the place of just ask permission. If I feel like I should share it or I want to share it, I'll share. If I don't, obviously I don't. And I think someone who loves me will respect that boundary. People who love you respect your boundaries. So love yourself first and respect your own boundaries. Ah, I respect my own boundaries though. I see people like this, I'm the next way. And even if you think you pose, eh? People like this who pose. Your days call me. And I hope you don't ask anybody to cry with you. I hope you don't ask anybody to cry with you. When your day is there, when you are eating your karma, I hope you don't ask anybody to cry with you because you knew what you were doing. And if you forgot what you did back then, let your brain correct and remember, that day I was a wicked person. Àbí jẹ́ kó rí ẹ pé sí, a sọ pé ìkà ni mí. Please just admit it. Admit it. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to my story and enjoying my accent go back and forth. And for anyone who's ever had a violation like that, let it be at school, homegirls, parents, spouses, whoever who has violated your boundaries, I stand in solidarity with you. I pray you find it to forgive them. I know it's not an easy thing to do. It's very painful. It hurts. Like, wow. But don't stop finding ways to express yourself and express your truth. Don't stop finding ways to process what's going on with you for your emotional and mental health. Don't start dreaming and projecting and um, writing out your vision. Don't stop. Don't let the devil's dem stop you and block your blessings. They will get theirs. You get yours. On the right hand and the positive end of the spectrum here, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Love, light, grace, joy, abundance. Be safe out there. Be healthy. Again, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Blessed be.